The Great Devon Mystery of 1855, often referred to as the Devil's Footprints, is one of the most perplexing and enduring mysteries in British folklore. Occurring on the night of the 8th to the 9th of February 1855, during a severe winter with the River Exe frozen, this event saw a trail of mysterious footprints appear in the snow across Devon, from Totnes to Woodbury, covering an estimated 30 to 40 miles, with detours suggesting a longer path. The winter of 1855 was exceptionally cold, with temperatures remaining around freezing from January to March, creating ideal conditions for the preservation of footprints in the snow. The River Exe, typically a navigable waterway, was frozen solid, which may have facilitated the crossing of the estuary by whatever left the tracks. This severe weather set the stage for the discovery on the morning of the 9th of February, when residents awoke to find their towns crisscrossed by an inexplicable trail. The footprints were described with varying details, reflecting the confusion and fascination of observers. Most reports noted them as approximately 4 inches long and 2 inches wide, though some were smaller, measuring 1.5 inches by 2 inches. Their shape was likened to a donkey's hoofprint, with some observers noting cleft marks, suggesting a cloven appearance. The spacing was typically 8 inches apart, but reports conflicted on their arrangement. Some described them in a straight line, unusual for animal tracks, while others noted parallel lines 8 to 14 inches apart. The prints were remarkably clear, with the snow around the edges compacted as if branded into the ground, while the center remained undisturbed, adding to their mysterious nature. The trail's path was equally baffling. It began in Totnes, continued through Torquay, across Teignmouth Beach, past Dawlish, over the frozen Exe estuary through Lympstone, Exmouth, and ended in Woodbury. In Lympstone, the prints were found in every garden, suggesting extensive coverage. More astonishingly, the prints appeared on rooftops, hayricks, hedges, and high walls, including one 14 feet high, as if the creature could fly or leap great distances. They even passed through a 6-inch drainpipe, a feat impossible for most known animals, and appeared in the middle of fields with no tracks leading to or from them, as if the creature materialized and vanished. The discovery sparked immediate curiosity and fear among the local populace. In Totnes, Mr. Elias Thompson, a merchant, found the prints in his garden, leading up his wall and onto his roof, a sight that left him puzzled and uneasy. In Torquay, Miss Eleanor Fairchild, a young lady, encountered them on the promenade, noting their regularity and small size, unlike any animal she knew. Captain Horace Jenkins, in Teignmouth, observed them crossing the beach and the frozen river, suggesting a creature unafraid of water. In Lympstone, Mrs. Agnes Hartley, a widow, was terrified to find them in every garden, interpreting them as a supernatural visitation. Farmer Josiah Brown, in Woodbury, found them in the middle of his field, with no apparent entry or exit, deepening the mystery. Reactions varied from scientific curiosity to religious fervor. Some, like Dr. Theodore Wilson in Exmouth, examined the prints scientifically, noting their unusual depth and displacement, suggesting they were not made by a walking animal. Others, like Reverend Arthur Smeath in Dawlish, an Anglo-Catholic Puseyite, saw them as a divine warning, preaching from the pulpit that they were the footprints of Satan, especially given all affected parishes were Puseyite. Superstition ran high, with many believing it was the devil himself, while others suggested poltergeist activity, adding a supernatural layer to the mystery. The event prompted a flurry of theories, ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. Natural explanations included various wildlife: otters, cats, gulls, ducks, badgers, raccoons, leaping rats, or a flock of birds with frozen feet. A particularly outlandish theory posited a swan from Germany carrying a donkey's shoe, while another suggested an escaped kangaroo, with one vicar even preaching this from the pulpit. A sea monster theory proposed that it came ashore at Totnes, the highest navigable point of the Dart, and made its way along the coastline, disappearing into the sea again at Exmouth. These natural explanations, however, struggled to account for the print's consistency, distance, and ability to traverse obstacles. Supernatural theories were equally prevalent. Many maintained the footprints were those of Satan. Given their cloven appearance and the timing during a severe winter, seen as a portent, the connection to Puseyite parishes led some to read it as a warning, while others suggested poltergeist activity, aligning with the era's fascination with spiritual phenomena. An intriguing historical note is the discovery of similar prints in Antarctica by explorers, though their source was never identified, adding an international dimension to the mystery. Charles Harrington, a reporter for the Exeter Gazette, undertook a detailed investigation, visiting each affected town to interview witnesses and examine the prints. He found the trail discontinuous, with some prints appearing later in Topsham on the 13th of February, which he discounted as likely human-made, possibly a prank. His journey revealed the scale of the phenomenon: a main trail of 30 to 40 miles, with detours covering every garden in Limpstone and appearing in impossible places like rooftops and drain pipes. Dr. Wilson's scientific analysis suggested no known animal could account for the prints, while Captain Jenkins noted the frozen X as a possible crossing point. Harrington's article for the Exeter Gazette presented the various theories, but concluded that no single explanation sufficed. The mystery's complexity, spanning natural, supernatural, and even international parallels with Antarctic prints, left it unresolved. A testament to the limits of 19th century science and the enduring allure of the unexplained, the Great Devon Mystery became a cultural touchstone, inspiring folklore and debate. It was dubbed the Devil's Footprints in local lore, with stories passed down through generations. Scientifically, it challenged naturalists and zoologists, with figures like Sir Richard Owen suggesting badgers, though this was contested by the prints, distribution, and characteristics. The event's timing, during a period of religious and scientific tension, amplified its significance, with Puseytes seeing it as divine intervention and skeptics dismissing it as a hoax, though the scale made that improbable. Recent research, as noted in contemporary accounts, suggests multiple causes, with some prints possibly hoaxes, others made by common quadrupeds, and some by smaller creatures like wood mice. However, no consensus has emerged, and the mystery remains a classic Fortean puzzle, discussed in works like Mike Dash's The Devil's Hoofmarks, source material on the Great Devon Mystery of 1855. The Great Devon Mystery of 1855 stands as a fascinating historical enigma, blending science, superstition, and storytelling. The footprints, appearing in impossible places and defying explanation, left an indelible mark on Devon's cultural landscape. Whether a natural phenomenon, a supernatural visitation, or a combination of both, it remains unsolved, inviting speculation and wonder. As Charles Harrington concluded, some mysteries are meant to endure, a reminder of the unknown that lurks beyond our understanding. Many thanks for treading this tale's dark path. If its chill gripped you, like, subscribe, and comment below.